picking. Yay! Economy picking is probably one of my favorite guitar techniques because when you have control on economy picking, when you really know how to use economy picking, I feel like you kind of just fly through the notes when you are playing, and I just really like the sound of it, the feel when you are playing. I just really like economy picking. So let's talk about economy picking. Okay, so what is economy picking? Economy picking is kind of a mix between alternate picking and sweeping, meaning that in alternate picking you have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, like forever. For example, 5, 6, 7, those are just the notes I will be using. So that's just down, up, 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 down. Yeah. And with economy picking, just the same notes, you would have down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So when you are changing the string, you are just continuing in the direction you are changing the string. So if you are changing the string downwards, like 5, 6, 7 on the lowest string, and then you are playing 5, 6, 7 on the A string, that means you are changing downwards because you are picking downwards, you know? And then you would play down, up, down, down, up, down. Yeah, and the same goes if you pick upwards. If you have, let's say, 7, 6, 5 on the A string and you are going to play that on the lowest string as well, you start with an upstroke. Up, down, up, down, up. So economy picking is kind of alternate picking, just skipping either the upstroke or the downstroke depending on what direction you are changing the string in. Yeah. So with economy picking it would look like this. And with alternate picking it would look like this. So, as with most guitar techniques, I prefer personally to learn it by learning songs or solos that involve the specific technique that I want to learn. And yeah, still I think it's a good thing if you experiment with the technique, especially if you really like it, then you should experiment with it and just have fun with it and try to make your own kind of riffs or licks or so that you can practice on. So yeah, I think the first thing I learned with economy picking like properly is kind of a section in the Hail to the King solo by Orange Simford. So yeah, let's try to teach that now. So the little kind of section with economy picking in Hail to the King solo is this one. Okay, so it's not the last part, it's the first part. So you start with 7, 9, 10 on the A string, and then you have 9 on the D string, and 9 on the G string, and 11 and 12 on the G string, and 12 on the B string, and 12, 14 and 15 on the E string. So yeah, that's the run, and kind of guitar picking wise, that's down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. So that's the economy kind of part of things. You are mostly alternate picking with the down, up, down kind of movement, but you also have the sweeping, not properly sweeping, but you have a sort of a mini sweep inside of the section, so that makes the movement really, like, it makes the actual riff sound really smooth, but it actually makes your movement in the guitar picking hand kind of actually super smooth. Yeah, so that I practiced a lot when I learned economy picking, because I think it sounds super cool and it's actually really fun to play. So just check it out and have fun with it. And yeah, I think I might have some other riffs that I can show that I used to practice with economy picking. Okay, so this next riff is kind of what I don't necessarily like to practice a lot, but if it's fun to play and it sounds cool, I will practice it. But if I don't like it, I won't practice these kind of licks too much. So just decide what you think of it personally, and I'm not saying this is how you get good at economy picking. I just had some fun making these kind of, I don't know, practice routines or so regarding economy picking. So yeah, it starts off on the D string on the 5th fret, and you play 5, 7, 8, like down up down, and then you alternate between 5 on the G string, 6 on the G string, and 7 on the G string. So your bass is kind of this 5, 7, 8 on the D string. So it might be kind of good to start off with just learning these 3 notes with down up down, down up down, and then move on to the actual G string. And you can also learn this riff by 2 notes at a time, by learning 5, 7, and then adding 1 note when you are comfortable with the notes you already have. So learning note 1 and 2, and 1, 2, and 3, and adding on the 4th note. You might want to just practice the actual movement between the string skipping. Not string skipping, string switching, between the 8 on the D string and the 5th, between the 8th on the D string and the 5th on the G string, because it's natural that you practice down up, but in economy picking the point is to have down down. So you need to be aware of that, so you don't practice down up down up down up, because that's alternate picking. And if you want to get good at alternate picking, that's super cool. But this lesson is kind of for economy picking. So the point of this particular exercise is for you to pick down down on the 8th of the D string and the 5th of the G string. So make sure that's down down. So it's down, up, down, down. And that goes for 6 and 7 also on the G string. So yeah, that's the exercise or so. So yeah, that's economy picking, and you might like alternate picking better than economy picking, and that's fine, because I think a lot of things that you can play with alternate picking and economy picking, you can kind of switch in between the two. So if you like alternate picking better and there is an economy picking kind of run, I don't think there's any problems with actually playing the economy picking run with alternate picking and the opposite way around. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of a feel kind of thing, that if you feel like you have more control with alternate picking than economy picking, you might tend to play alternate picking more than economy picking. I think it's good to know both of them, but if you have a preferred one, it's not like this lick is economy picking, so that's the only way you should play it. Just play it however you like, and yeah. So yeah, that's economy picking, like briefly in any way. Oh, yeah. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding economy picking or any of the other guitar lessons I have made, just ask on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, or yeah. And also, if you have suggestions for other guitar lessons I can make, or if you have any specific riffs or solos or something you want me to make a tutorial of, I can try. And yeah, I'll see you next time. And oh god. Okay. And it's not easy.